Hi everyone, welcome to our online assembly, a special assembly for Armistice Day. My name is Alan Wilson.
And I'm Bruce Lockhart.
And we are chaplains here in Perth High School. I want to say thank you to your teachers for allowing you to see this right now. And I also want to thank Mrs. Papillo, the head teacher, and the senior management team for allowing us to put this assembly together. Today is a day where we remember. And I'm wondering just right now, what helps you to remember past events? Perhaps when you're on holiday, you've brought back a memento or some sort of souvenir, and I bet you had fun trying to get that on board the plane. Or perhaps, like me, you've got thousands of photographs in your phone, and every so often you look back and it clicks with you. You suddenly remember being there at that time, and it's nice to remember. What helps you to remember? We're in a period at the moment of remembrance, and I'm wearing something that helps me to remember. It's a poppy. A poppy helps us to remember the events of the First War and the Second World War and all the conflicts since. But why do we use poppies? Why is a poppy used to help us to remember? Bruce, I wonder if you can help us with that.
Why a poppy? A great question. Do you know, right in the very point of battle, on the fields which lost so many lives, where the bombs fell and churned up the ground, where nothing grew, it showed nothing but desolation and loss of life. After the war, when the bombs had calmed, a poppy began to grow in those very fields. A poppy rising from the ground which saw so much pain and so much loss. A poppy giving us a symbol, a sign of life, of hope for the future. There's been lots of poems that have been written about the war and about such loss of life, but one very famous poem is Flanders Fields, and it talks about that very poppy. And the head team are going to read that for us now.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly scarce, heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Thanks very much, head team, for that wonderful rendition of In Flanders Field. It's really, really lovely to hear your voices this morning. And we want to say thank you to everybody in the school who has painted a stone and brought that into the school. What a wonderful display of painted stones that will be presented in some sort of way very, very much later on, and I'm sure you'll be able to see it. But some of the designs are absolutely wonderful.
I was they're very moving, and I was really impressed by, very moving indeed, so thanks.
Yeah, thank you. The poppy was adopted as a symbol of remembrance not long after the First World War, and it's continued to be a symbol for the last 100 or so years. Every time we wear a poppy or buy a poppy, we are contributing to a fund which helps to bring some sort of relief to folks who have served in wars abroad and at home, and also their families, because we sometimes forget that actually the families of armed service personnel are also struggling. So every poppy you buy goes into that fund that makes an enormous difference. So thank you for your contributions to that poppy. But we wear a poppy to remember, but we also wear a poppy to remind us actually we have responsibilities now to try and make our world a better place. There's no point wearing a poppy and then fighting with everyone we come into contact with. It's about understanding we all have responsibilities to look out for and care for one another and to bring peace wherever we can.
I would encourage you, when you're thinking or in a short time we're going to remember, not just to remember the World War I and II, but sadly the many conflicts there are today. And when we're remembering the pain there is around the world in conflicts of war, of disputes, of anger between country and country, people groups to different people groups, to also hold on to the poppy, that hope, that desire for peace, and that thing that we should strive for, that so many people have given their lives for. A chance for us soon to take a wee bit of time to remember.
So as we remember, we're going to listen to another poem read by the head team as a response to In Flanders Field. Let's listen to that now.
O you who sleep in Flanders fields, sleep sweet to rise anew. We caught the torch you threw, and holding high we kept the faith of those who died.
We cherish too the poppy red that grows on fields where valour led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies, but lends a lustre to the red on the flower that blooms above the dead in Flanders fields.
And now the torch and poppy red, wear in honour of our dead. Fear not that ye have died for naught, we've learned the lesson that ye taught in Flanders fields.
Thanks once again for that poem, which was read so beautifully. We're now moving to the point where we remember. And there are a couple of things I want to just say about that. I would really ask you to please respect the 2-minute silence and to understand that this is very special and important to many people. Just before the silence, you're going to hear the head team read a very important poem, which will finish with, "We will remember them." And normally, we repeat that last line, "We will remember them." After which, you'll hear the trumpeter play the last post. And when he's finished, we move into a period of silence.
They shall grow not old,
As we that are left grow old,
age shall not weary them.
nor the years condemn,
At the going down of the sun,
And in the morning
we will remember them.
we will remember them.
When you go home, tell them of us and say,
For your tomorrow we gave our today.